Welcome to the AIP channel where anything is possible, where we'll talk about anything and everything your heart's desire. And we're broadcasting on the Troubled Minds Radio Network, KUAP, Digital Broadcasting, Spotify, Apple, and all where you get all your other favorite podcasts. So please enjoy. Welcome everybody to the AIP Anything is Possible podcast, where we'll talk about anything and everything. Tonight we're going to take a trip over there to Japan, to the base around Mount Fuji. There's a creepy forest over there, and I might say this wrong, I might say it right. I try, The Aokigagara, maybe I'm right. Forest. It's I say it's Japan's suicide forest. It's over 100 people a year pull up there. It's really sad. There's signs and everything for people trying to get help. And before I go any farther in this podcast, while I'm at the very beginning, if you need help or if you're down and out, uh, please reach out to somebody. There's somebody that loves you. There's somebody that cares. And suicide hotline was it 811? You can text something. Talk to somebody for sure. Uh, you know, church, friend, whatever. Whatever, whoever and whatever. Just reach out to somebody. So back to the story at hand. There's at the foot of Mount Fuji is 30 square miles of forest. It's also known as kind of the sea of trees. It's so dense, and it's like creepy looking, twisted trees instead of roots and everything. The trees are really odd, and it looks like it'd be in a little movie, from way back when, the Brothers Grimm tales or something like that. It looks like it'd be like a setting for that, the Grimm tales and stuff like that from history. Uh, it's it's really sad that you can pull up. Like I said, there's signs and everything around. There's but you'll still, people will pull up and there's abandoned cars there, and then they'll go out into the woods and start looking. And those that'll find some people they don't find. They just completely missing. I don't know if animals got them or, of course, there's, talk of paranormal and maybe they found a portal and a hole, who knows? Well, a lot of them, like I said, over 100 a year actually comes in. It's one of the two worst suicide places, in the world. Uh, the other ones here in the United States, the Golden Gate Bridge is actually one of the top two places people decide they want to take the end. It's just sad to think, somebody's so far down. I think that's the only way. Just breaks my heart. People with kids and they just lost hope and wish they reached out. So as I scroll down my notes here, it's part of Uh, Beneath all the fallen branches and decaying leaves, the forest is made of volcanic rock um, from Mount Fuji. Uh, they say 864 eruptions. That's a, that's a lot. Uh, so it because of the porousness of the rocks and everything, it actually kind of it's like a natural sound in there. And so, like, it's really, really on top of it, already looking creepy. It's already, uh, and then you can't have really much sound at all when you're walking through there. So it just adds to the mystique and adds to the veil of, we were talking on Troubled Minds the other day and talk about spaces and that are, wild forests. You'll hear voices and stuff like that. And one thing we don't know for sure, how many times has like areas been like ancient battlefields, like way back, or just massive, massive killings or something like that, back 10,000 years or something. And you really wouldn't know it. I mean, you wouldn't know, uh, people have been digging in there and destroying, you'd have to destroy the forest to get there and figure it out. Uh, so it's one of them things you don't know truly what's underneath everything. These trees are, some I'm sure several hundred years old and stuff like that. But what's underneath there from thousands of years? No idea. And it could have put a very, had some terrible things happen and put some terrible energies um, on there that we just don't know that have no idea that the terrible things happen there. So something to think about. Be in the woods and you hear voices and hear your name and stuff. Why is it? Why is it that happens? We had a really good discussion on Troubled Minds show the other night, and it was it was good. It was good conversation, good ideas. Um, I got on there and put my little 2 cents in, so uh, or 1.5 cents. I don't know, or what people were willing to pay for my mind. You know, um, as I stroll through, um, the forest has been dogged with all kinds of myths and stuff that they're not sure are true or not. Uh, they think during feudal times they actually the things they would get so desperate um, for food and such that they would actually take their elderly out into to the forest and just leave them and let them die. That's just hard to swallow there. I'm like, man, really? You know, thinking about family and stuff like that. Grandma and grandpa, and would you go out there and hear them? Hello, you papa. Uh, See you on the other side. Let them go out there and starve and get eaten or something. That's rough. That's rough. That's something hard, and some kind of that negative energy be part of it. They're not. They don't know for sure if that's a fact or not, but something uh, is possible. You get down low enough, it's either the kids or that are just starting life, or the grandparents or live theirs. Some people are going to choose their kids. Over that hard choices. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's true though. Uh, Yeah, I think that if you do see a ghost or a spirit, uh, the Yuri is what they call. Um, it could be that those are the spirits of the vengeful ones, of the ones that get abandoned and starved to death. It said that things started to change in the 60s when the forest's long tangled history of suicide began. Uh, I guess they didn't have, I wonder, but they had that problem beforehand, or it was just actually they just started documenting it, during the 60s, or what? I'm curious on that. Um, now they say the phantoms and ghosts are just sad and miserable, like the folks that there, that were so far down and committed suicide. Uh, what's the new word for it? Removing life, or I forget what's the politically correct way of saying things. I heard it the other day, and I'm like, what in the world? You can't. It was just weird sounded to me, but uh, more history on the forest. Uh, some believe there's a book uh, to blame for the popularity of. In 1960, Shicho Matsumoto published a novel named Kuri Chikara, and it translates as "The Black Sea of Trees," which had stories of lovers commit suicide in the forest. So, but yet as early as 1950s, the tourists were reporting encountering decomposing bodies there. So, yeah, I was thinking that I bet it was before that. I forget I had that on there. Since the 70s now, they've been trying to keep up with it. Police and volunteers and journalists are trying to keep up and try to search for bodies. And the sad thing is, usually when they go out searching, they never leave empty-handed. Uh, each the body count actually, sadly, has been increasing over the years. Um, what I'm reading here, '04 had 108 bodies were discovered, and of course, again, that's the ones that were able to be discovered. It could have been more, you know, uh, uh, animals and such like that could have walked off with them. So, possibility there. When you get there, like I said earlier, there's signs saying, all over. I've seen videos and stuff like that, like on YouTube, talking about it before. Um, but there's signs saying, please reconsider and think about your children, think about your family, and trying to get people to turn, get back in their car and find a better way. So it's really sad. Uh, as I read, in 2010, 247 people tried to commit suicide, attempted it. Only 54 completed. So, that's a lot of people. Over 240 people tried to, end it, and that's sad to think about. Hey, actually, the Japanese government actually stopped releasing numbers because they're afraid that people, if they heard about it, that how many people were actually dying there, that it would cause more people to go. You know, give people good ideas, I guess you'd say. Of quotation marks, good ideas. Um, you hear that happening, like it gets on a trend of any kind of thing, or around everything hits a trend. If it's silly, like stacking milk crates, and seeing if you can fall off and doggone things, silly stuff like that explodes and then disappears, but this here hadn't. It's still going on to this day. Yeah, the actual one of the things that got Logan Paul actually YouTube famous uh, was him going through there and videotaping the forest and actually finding somebody and finding the somebody up and actually publishing it, the graphic up close footage of the victim's body and face. And he over there laughing about it and stuff like that. I know that I think later on he apologized for it and everything, uh, but yeah. Yeah, it got him some hot water right off the bat there. Um, uh, Many people looked at it, him laughing at somebody committing suicide. You know, that's not the way to be. That's no way to be. Someone lost their life, and you're over here laughing about it because they were in their lowest point. Of course, he says now that he did it to raise awareness for suicide and suicide prevention. But yeah, you know, he's just trying to blow stuff up, and I guess it worked. So and now he's a WWE superstar and multimillionaire and all that good stuff. So it worked out for him. Um, but that's all I got on that right there. It's a sad, sad stories. Uh, Like I said, the forest and stuff. If you look up pictures of it, it's like eerie, creepy stuff like that. It's just the way the trees and stuff are. You look at it, you can. I don't know. I mean, I guess knowing about the situation and knowing how it is and knowing what's going on, gives you a different skew look on things. But it's also looking at it's still even through the camera lens, it gives you a vibe of something's not right here. Just the way it looks, there's something not right there. But like I said, that's all I got on that one there. If you got any comments or questions about it, shoot off in the messages. Again, please, if you need help, please reach out. There's somebody that cares. I promise you. I know sometimes it don't seem that way. Um, there's a better way. So please reach out. Suicide prevention line, hotline, something. Please reach out. Um, please. But like I said, that's all I got on this one here. I got some more I'll be doing. I am going to do one on the Golden Gate Bridge and talk about that. What else I got? Looking at my list of stuff here. I got coming up the lines. I don't really talk about a whole lot. I am going to talk about the Pigeon Quest. Um, Native Americans looking into trying to see their uh, the word is just blanking on me, guardian angel or spirit being, that's watching them. So that should be an interesting discussion. Might try to see if I get somebody to come on here with me on that one there. That'd be fun, and talk about that one. Maybe have somebody has some experience. I got somebody in mind that got to reach back out and see if they have time. Time is busy for folks. Uh, so keep your eye on that. I got some. Keep on up every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. It'll be coming down with a new episode on Spotify, Amazon, YouTube. You get to see my smiling face on YouTube and Spotify if you just want to listen to my what did I get told? My Southern talk radio voice. Come on, listen. Listen on the other podcast plays, Amazon and Apple and all that. It's on there too. So appreciate y'all listening. If you made it all this far, this rambling, thank you. And as always, I'll keep on keeping on. And peace and chicken grease. Y'all be good.